Okay, now do we have, oh, we have sound. We have sound. Hey, this is the weird camera. It's a weird camera. It's a weird camera. Welcome. I have not been here for 18 months. 18 months? How's the sound? Is it a little hot? I think it is. One sec. We must turn down, and I don't have controls for that over here. So we're gonna put it down a little bit there. We'll see. Maybe we'll have to try to manipulate the mouse over here. We'll see if it's too hot. It's a little too hot still. Maybe we can move it down. I should have moved the chair. Hold on. Adjusting volume. Okay, now I'm not expecting anyone to be here. This is just a test of the National Broadcasting System from the DankRC studio headquarters deep in the bowels of the prairie lands of flyover country in the newly fascist state of the United Fascist States of America. We will make it through though. So this will be deleted, but I am just testing to see basically what has happened in the last 18 months. Many things. Many things have happened. Including me losing my whole setup, the computer crash, basically like a week after the last stream in April 2024, I believe it was. Anyway, we have lots of things down here. I have boxes. I don't think I covered up the addresses though, so we kind of have to be careful because, you know, you could find me anytime, but I don't want to make it too easy. So things are happening. I still have my old radio, but it's really, you know, getting old. The plus button doesn't work. Is it the plus button or the minus button? One of these two buttons doesn't work. I think it's the minus button. I have another Tyrannus, and I have several radios, but I have a Tyrannus and a QX7. QX7 technically is my wife's, but I don't think she's ever going to use it. Well, maybe we'll fly those little cheapo angle mode drones that I have. We can do those with the QX7. I think it's all set up for that. Anywho, what's been happening? I will have a real live stream and explain that probably to some degree, but you know, nobody's going to watch this, so. But I have a newer, different computer. The other computer completely crashed. I lost, sadly, as an IT person, I should know better, but I lost things that I did not have backed up, let's be honest. And one of those things was a lot of video assets of me, of backups that I thought I had made of like projects to make the opening sequence and the closing sequence and the thumbnails and things like that. I did find some stuff like the logos and the opening sequence finished files, and the source files, and actually a backup, supposedly a backup file from DaVinci Resolve, but it doesn't work. The backups don't work. So I'm left with the sources, the final videos that I made, but I can't, like, I had several projects that I was editing, and those are gone. I mean, I have backups. I have folders with all the stuff in them. I did get that. I did have that, but the file that goes into Resolve doesn't let me actually use it. So I lost a lot of stuff. The SSD just crashed. I actually sent it to a dude that does SSD repair on YouTube. And it needed like fucking, excuse my French, it needed, I I don't know, $700 something chip, you know. So I ended up paying like $90 to find out that my SSD was hosed, and he sent it back. But anyway, I have things I've been planning on getting back. I went flying for the first time in probably, oh gosh, at least a year. I had flown more recently than my last video here on this channel, but a year. It had been at least a year. So I bought some things. I'm going to do some stuff. I'm going to get back into the hobby. I've got my my AMA membership. Boring, I know, but I'm at least going to be able to say that I'm flying at a FRIA. And one thing that's for sure, we live in a highly regulated dictatorship in this where I live. And there is a thing called the remote ID that I think is required if you're not going to fly in a FRIA. So I will never fly in outside of a FRIA. And I will never, ever, ever, ever do that. But one thing I will never do is show any video from the time that that regulation started moving forward of flying anywhere but with anywhere, basically anywhere except in the at the AMA club. At the AMA club, that's where I'll go. So all the other things that I don't do, well, I will not be able to make videos of those. And I had a whole bunch of cool editing ideas, but editing is so labor intensive. And I actually like to do it, but it's labor intensive, and you end up getting all cattywampus like this, and you're like, oh my God, I can't do this. Ah! So what have I done here? I've just put this, I have a webcam on like on a stick that I can just move around on one of those movable microphone thingamajiggies. So I lost all my stuff and the computer. I'm an IT person. It wasn't like I didn't know what I was doing. I knew how to back everything up. I have the resources to back stuff up. And I thought even that I do have all the stuff, really. It's just that it doesn't work. The backups in DaVinci Resolve don't work. So if I'm ever to fix up some of my things like closing sequence or opening sequence or anything like that, it will have to be done over from scratch. And I'll have to learn the whole video editing thing anyway, because it's been, like I said, 18 months. I opened DaVinci Resolve on this new computer. I have two like gaming computers that well, thank you, Andy. I mean, I bought them from Andy, friend of the channel, friend of the person. So yeah. So what I was going to say. So I actually have that stuff on a computer that's pretty high powered. It has 3080 GTX or RTX 3080, and I have another one with an RTX 3080. I have two twin. I bought two of the exact same computers from Andy. I guess they were from some kind of maybe Bitcoin mining farm or something. Who knows? I don't know what it was. I don't do that kind of stuff. So anyway, got those two. They're like, I call them the cubes. They're like white cube computers. They're Corsair something cube. They don't make the case anymore, of course, ancient times. But anyway, they're very nice computers. One of them I've already beefed up, and that's the one that I've talked about previous live streams a long time ago, where we had the racing simulator, and that's over there. Still alive and kicking, not totally undamaged from my event with basically the computer that I used for streaming was also my work at home computer. And so and it was my hard drive, my stuff inside the work at home computer, my memory and my SSD and my video card. But when that blew up, I took all that stuff out. When the SSD died, I took all that stuff that was mine out of the work computer, and made it a pure work computer because I'm not supposed to do things like that, you know. So the work computer is now a pure work computer, and it will not be participating in these live streams or any such things moving forward, you know, from here on out, or whatever you say in the corporate speak world. So what else? Anyway, so I got married. I'm a married man now. I used to refer to my girlfriend as my girlfriend, but now she's my wife. So that was a very positive thing that happened in the last 18 months. And we didn't have a, you know, I'm an old man and have kids and all the whole 9 yards. So we just got married ourselves, went to a little place, and they made us married, and that was it. We went and had dinner and had fun. That's it. So had fun by having dinner and coming home and being old married people, I guess. So anyway, yeah, so I got some stuff. We're gonna do some stuff in the future. We're gonna get back to flying. We're gonna finish some of these projects that I haven't touched that are all over here. I've kind of gone through the bench a little bit. I've got a quad, although I don't do much quads on this channel. I will do it, you know, because I love quads too. I've got airplanes. I've got the combat, FPV combat things to finish. Those should probably be the top priority. And yeah, so I didn't think anybody would care that anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. So I have to get a flight controller ESC stack to finish the quad, 5-inch quad. I got out my little I did fly with Andy, and I flew the iNav Aero, the iNav that has iNav 2 point something. And it's gonna stay with iNav 2 point something. It's got an old processor, F411 WSE in it, and so it'll stay old. I tried to fly the little, what is this, a Mobula 6, I think, around the workshop here, and I found out I used to be able to fly around here, so totally rusty. Oh my God, did somebody chat? Who's here? I'm gonna go look at the chat because I can't see it from here. It's North 49. Hey, see, somebody did find me. How about that? This is just a test. I'm just testing to see if this stuff works. I am fantastic. How are you? It's been 18 months since I've been here, but I'm still alive, getting my act back together. We're gonna do some live streams soon. I was just saying I had the computer blow up and lost everything, but not sort of. I have my video assets and stuff still backed up, but anyway, so I had to set up OBS a couple days ago and figure out all these things, see if I can get this mouse with the mouse button working so I can switch scenes. And I only have one scene except the closing and opening, and that's this one with no microphone. I don't have my normal mic yet. I don't have anything. I'm testing it out. But how's things you're up in Canada, right? Robert and you are both up in Canada. Alberta, are you in Alberta? Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been 18 months worth of minutes. And I haven't flown at all except for last weekend. It was the first time. I had flown in the last 18 months, but it had almost been, I think, about a year since I had flown, maybe a year and a half. And yeah, so I'm gonna do it. I got to fix the chat. See, I used to have a chat over here. I don't have that over here, and I can't see over there because it's way too far away. So hold on. I'm going to be very unprofessional. Alberta, yes. See, I remember things. I remember. Anyway, so what did I get? I've got things. So I'm going to learn how to fly this around my workshop again. I was so rusty I couldn't even hold it steady in acro mode. I'm going to things are coming. So let's see. There's going to be well, I'll just wait and see. I'll just talk about what's here. And I'm not going to go look at the chat for a minute, but so we're going to go to Express LRS. And this, I didn't really need this, but we'll find out later why I got this, because I might use this on a different radio. But this is a Nomad, and I'm not going to open it right now because I'm actually going to do a real actual, I don't know what I'm going to do. But this is a Radio Master Nomad, so it does both 2.4 and 900 megahertz, which is what I plan on using, 900 megahertz. Yeah, so I got some receivers. I got a nano receiver, and I got another. Oh, these are beta FPV. These are beta FPV. They probably didn't have the Radio Master ones. And this one, I have no idea what this one is. I'll have to look at the Banggood receipt or something. Where did this come from? Race Day Quads. And I also got some little batteries for the little Whoop that I just put down somewhere. I got 4 more batteries because I figured all the batteries that I had for the little Whoop are gone, wasted, whatever. So, Express LRS is going to come. I'm going to try that out. I'm going to go through the whole process on the live stream so everybody can make fun of me. And have, when I went to go flying, and the Tyrannus, which I said has seen better days because it's gotten really old, and like I think it's the minus button that doesn't work. I can't go down. I have to go up. Like when I pick a model, I have to go all the way through the whole list one way. But when I went to charge the battery for that, one of the cells was completely dead, and it's the only battery I had for my radios. I couldn't find any of the other batteries, even though I have like all my boxes of batteries. I have everything organized over there. It's not like I'm crazy or anything. But anyway, I couldn't find it, couldn't find any other battery. So I rescued that battery by doing the NiCad charge thing on it's trickle charge 1.1 amp, and got the cells up to got the lowest cell up past the point where the LiPo charger would actually try to charge it. But I did buy another new battery from, is this Race Day Quads too? Yeah, Race Day Quads. So Race Day Quads, I got the Race Day Quad series kind of battery for my Tyrannus, the aging Tyrannus. But there's a new transmitter coming, which I'll reveal when it comes. But I did have to get batteries for it, so I've got the Race Day Quads. Oh, no, these are for the goggles. My Fact Shark goggles, or whatever goggles might be coming. No, I don't have any goggles coming, actually. Fat Shark goggles. My batteries, I figured, are getting really old. I have one of these, and this one wasn't taking a charge. But then I tried the USB port on the side, which I didn't know was there until recently. And it did work there, so, but that's kind of sketch, so I figured. So I got 2 new ones of those, and this, which comes with this, I guess. Didn't notice that, but this little adapter. So I'm actually getting to get back into things. What else did we get? That's that box. And then I've got, where's the... Oh, this, here we go. This, I got a charger because my chargers are getting really old, and I kind of want to have 2. I had that 4-channel Toolkit RC charger for the van, for the mobile charging setup. And that thing is a piece of junk, man. It's a total piece of junk. So, let's get a knife here, Kniffy, and see. We're going to, we'll open this one today just to see, because this one I'm kind of curious. So it's the ISDT Q8 Nano, because it's nano size, right? And I forget the camera, so it's right there, very tiny. It's got a little fan. It's got your input. It's got your output. It's got that screen protector, which I'm going to leave on there for a little bit until I make sure it works. And we've got a battery. Let's see if it turns on. First turn on, live on YouTube. There we go. What does it do? All right. So let's see if it'll charge this other bench charger. A 3-cell over here. Here. We do that. Yeah, we'll just do that and move that over there. And then it's backwards and upside down, but I can't turn it around because, well, I don't have anything set up yet. We'll get it all going before I get too much farther. Okay, and then which side gets the negative? I think it's this way. Put it in that way. So it tells you, oh, let's turn it around. Duh. There we go. Does it show? Can I do this? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. But we'll try. No, it doesn't come out too good, does it? Oh, well, let's see. What do you do? So you go up the menu. Oh, nope. I don't want to start. Stop. I want to see how to work it first. I guess I better learn how to work it. I'll have to learn how to work it. But I got a charger. All right. That's that. Very unprofessional. Ugh. Oh my God, it's stuck in there. Okay, so I got the ISDT charger. It comes with an extra screen protector. So there you go. I could actually put the screen protector on. All right, so what else did we get in that box? Probably nothing. Sorry, let me try Coke. I'm going to see what you guys said. One sec. I'm in the same boat. Haven't flown since last fall. Yeah, that's me. That's what I felt like too. I wanted to get a smaller charger, and I might have another charger in these boxes. We'll see. Let's see what we got. But first, what is this? This is not really RC related, but it is. It's getting cold. It's the bot grinder beanie. Look at that. Perfect. Guys, I love bot grinder. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. He keeps it real. And yeah, so I figured I needed, it's getting cold. It's cold today. I like to have a hat. I like black. I like bot grinder. I figured I'd support him by getting a bot grinder beanie. So there you go. I'm going to wear it for the rest of the stream, I guess. Okay, so what else do we have? And my big bald head, because I had a procedure on the top of my head, so it's a mess. Ah, this is the other battery for the thing that hasn't come yet. Is this backwards? No, it's not backwards. Okay. Anyway, okay, so that's what I got for the thing that hasn't gotten here yet. Take a guess. And then let's see. Now this might not be RC related, so we'll just see. One of these is and one of these isn't, I think. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is not. Oh, this is RC related because I'll explain. This is a Baofeng UV58M. Yes. That's what this is. And it comes with a bunch of things. And the reason for this is it gets the air bands that you can listen to. So like when there's an airport nearby, look at that antenna. It comes with this. $22 this costs. That's just incredible. So it comes with a big whip antenna, It comes with a shorter antenna. This one. This one. That's what I got right there. And so I'm not going to use it as a walkie-talkie at this point or anything. I was just going to use it for airband. But it's got, I mean, this thing does a lot of stuff for 22 bucks. I'm telling you. It's got a little charging base. Where's the battery? Uh-oh, there's no battery? That's why it was 22. Oh, the battery's on it. Never mind. Battery's already on it. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. So, yeah. It's got a little clippity dip thing and a lanyard. And you can program it. It's got a USB cable. So, a few things to learn. But basically, like when I'm flying at my FRIA and not exactly flying at, when I'm flying at the FRIA, you want to know when the airplanes are coming in to the airport that's nearby. So, yeah, that's what that is. Okay, this one will be, put the manual back in there. Kind of important, although I already downloaded it. And those are things that we don't need to, those aren't for anything. Okay, one last thing. One last thing. Did I get it? Did I get it? Yes, it's in here. These other things are things not to be discussed yet for future. I'll put those down there for later. But what I got, speaking of chargers, is this. And it's the charger for the Whoop batteries. Oops, sorry, that was probably kind of loud. And it also comes in a nice, it's also very compact. Okay, this one we'll have to put down, like down here. Okay, we'll do this whole thing. There, so we got it comes with, it's very nice. I like it. Some of my batteries I can't even charge in here because I'll have to wire up an adapter because I have another older Whoop that takes the super crappy old batteries that have the, I don't even have any here. This is this kind. So we can test that kind. Okay, so what you do is, what does it come with? Oh, it does come with little, now what are these for? Maybe just so you don't have to stick it in right there. Just a little extension. Oh no. No. What is that? What is that for? Oh, it does go in there. Hold on, I'm going to have to get my, that way, dumb. There we go. Yeah, they're little extension things. How cute. Okay, so you can put those in. And then when you can plug your power source in. Can you see it? Probably not. It's not going to show the screen. Little tiny screen with the little, it shows voltage for each of the six locations. That's cool. So let's put that one in. What does it say? Holy crap, I'm going to have to get my glasses. Other glasses. Glasses. Oh, that's slot 4 and it's 3.69 volts. See, that's awesome. It was such a pain in the ass to know what the voltage was to get them to, you can do storage charge somehow, I think, on these things. So let's see, that one is 3.70, so they're both below storage. At least they weren't fully charged. Okay, yeah, let's put the rest of these little things in here. Hold on. Do it this way, dum-dum. Okay, and this one, oh, it goes that way on the top row. And I kind of like this because that way you won't break the battery off like when you smash into it. Like when I'm flailing around being an idiot. There's another thing in here. We'll see what that is in a minute. Okay, we got all the little dooley-doos in there for those kind of batteries. Let's see what number one, plug one into number one. 3.72, 3.69, 3.70. So I'll have to, I guess you pick the, oh, that I'm picking the amps right there, 7. I don't know. I should probably read the manual before I go doing stuff to it. But anyway, it's kind of cool. It's going to show us the voltage at the very least, which is something I always wanted to do simply. Because I have some adapters to do that, but you just plug in the batteries and you figure out how to, once I figure out which way the menus work. So what else is in here? And then we got one other thing, and that looks like it's just a USB-C cable. That goes from, oh, there's a USB-C slot there too. So I guess that's for maybe firmware updates or something, or chart. I don't know what that's for. Okay, so there it is, the ViFly Whoop Store 3. That's what it is. ViFly Whoop Store 3. And the reason I got it at the Jungle website was because it was literally so much cheaper than everywhere else. It was $10 cheaper. I mean, it was, some places it was $50 and it was 30. It was only like, it was like under 30 bucks, I think, at the Jungle store. So I went to the Jungle store, and I try not to shop there. I always try to shop at, I kind of look for what I want at the Jungle store and find it, because everybody has everything at the Jungle store. But then I search for that thing or something like it once I understand exactly what the names people are calling it or whatever, and then I go search for that everywhere else to try not to shop at the Jungle store. We shouldn't shop at the Jungle store if we can possibly avoid it. But anyway, I'm glad to be back. I'm going to be flying. I'm going to get my planes in order. I did fly this plane back here last week. The great old, this plane has been through complete, it's a foam board piece of crap, PLA, and I have flown it so many times, so many places. Only at FRIAs though. Only at FRIAs according to the law. We only do that. But yeah, so I'm going to get my planes in order. We're going to do some building maybe while I complain about the world or whatever I do when I do these things. And have you and Robert maybe will come along someday, and we'll be back to the good old times. We can fly some stuff, and I'll make some videos of when I'm flying at a FRIA only. Because it's the only place I'm going to fly. But, you know, because the regulations are so simple. Anyway. All right, so what are we going to do? That's about it. That's all I got to say. I think it's working. Definitely. You're here. Chris? Chris. I just remembered. It's Chris. I believe it's Chris. I'm going to check the chat just to see what you guys are talking about. What's the range on that airband radio? Okay. Well, I think it's pretty good. But it depends on the frequency. It's a 10-watt radio. But that's the broadcast, like if you're using it as a walkie-talkie. So what's the range on the airband? you know, I mean, I'm sure it's got to be something that it's got to be somewhere in line of sight or close to it, I would imagine, with some reflections possibly, but so maybe not that great, but that I'll have to get back to you on that. Basically, one of the places I don't ever fly is about well, it's probably about 6.5 miles from an airport where a jet lands. And so it's outside of the 5 mile total restriction. And then the rest of it's inside the rest of the restriction of this this place that I live. Oh my God. Anyway, so we're gonna try it there. We're gonna try it there and see if we have anything. There's flights, you know. One of the things you'll be able to you might not be able to hear the airport, but you'll be able to hear the airplane because the airplane's going to be talking on that frequency, and the airplane flies over your head. Let's say, in case of the place I don't fly, it literally flies over your head on approach. Sometimes depending on which flight it is or what the winds are that day, and those are the kind of things that's the kind of thing that I want to be aware of. And so I'm thinking that, hey, it might be the kind of thing that we're actually, you hear the radio call from, when it's, 10 miles out or something. And then, jet's coming in. And then you're not flying into Frias. So, I mean, you're not flying into Frias, so it doesn't matter, but, you know what I'm saying. So, yeah. Anyway, I flew my plane. I flew a quad. I fixed the other quad. This one wasn't working. I took it to the flying field. This one works fine. This one, I'm very inventive. I call this one red. It's got red tape on it. And this one black. It's got black tape on it. I used to call it by the color of the props, but then I kept running out of props and the prop colors kept changing, so I couldn't do that. So yeah. They're both exactly the same, pretty much the same. Well, not exactly the same, but they're the same frame and similar powered motors, cheap-ass motors and stuff. Anyway, they're both working, fully functioning now. I remembered how to do things like load beta flight and I also don't have the same laptop that I used to have. That one broke. It wasn't related to when my computer SSD died, but that laptop is gone. So now I gotta see if I can. I don't have a Windows laptop. I have Linux laptop. But so I'm gonna see if I can get iNav configurator working on there. In Windows, I had a whole bunch of iNav configurators based on whatever version it was. And I had played around with iNav configurator in the Linux version, and at least when you do the deb install and all that kind of stuff, it thinks it's so smart. So if you want iNav 8, it installs the iNav 8 configurator, but then if you download the iNav 7.1.2 configurator and install that deb file in Linux, then it will say, oh, reverting to that version, and it uninstalls the 8.0 version. Or whatever, 8.01 or whatever it was, and installs the 7.1.2 version. And it'll work, I guess, but I want to be out in the field and be able to run any iNav configurator I want from the laptop, which is how I had it before with Windows. So I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do that with the zip download of iNav configurator and manually install everything and do all that kind of stuff. So I got lots of things to learn and fun and try. I got to run more cables over here to get everything working because the computer's way over there and the streaming stuff is over here. I got to get the little mouse program so I can have the little buttons on the side to the change of scenes. I only got the closing scene, opening scene. Anyway, did I look at the chat? Yeah, I did. Okay. Yes. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to be back and get my act together and hopefully get to talk to everybody again and go flying and maybe do a flying camping trip and all the things I want to do. I don't have a really bucket list, but things I want to do before the world explodes. Okay, with that, we're going to end this test stream. It's a test. It's probably going to be deleted. And I'll do a real introductory Wednesday workshop or Sunday or something, who knows, at some point. And I think it's number 3 that's going to fade to the closing sequence, and hopefully it won't be too loud. And Chris, I believe it's Chris from Alberta, and Robert from Alberta. Well, Robert's not here, but anyway, I love your channel, by the way. You're way better pilot than me, so oh, moon. There you go. Okay, what did you say? Oh, you popped up another. Yes, thank you. You have a good evening. I hope to see you soon. It's good to see you. I'm glad to be back. Go flying. I'll go flying. And have a good one.